Hey, welcome back to another Haven't Read It video. It is currently 85 degrees, hot and humid. It is fantastic. In today's video, we're going to read some Malicious Compliance stories. The first title of the first one is Shredded My Goose Pick. My homie crushed his boss's rules and exposed his dirty secret. My friend Idris recently shared this wild story from his first job, and I'm still shook. Idris was 17 when he started at this crummy call center. Back home, he's got a whole crew of geese in his yard. He's obsessed with them, treats them like pets, and has a favorite named Blinchik, Russian for pancake. He brought a little wallet-sized photo of Blinchik to work just to keep his spirits up in that depressing dump. But his boss, Dave, saw it and flipped out. Dave had this hardcore rule, no personal items on your desk. It's about professionalism. Meanwhile, his own desk was a trash heap, old mugs, random figurines, even some rusty fish statue. Idris says Dave had these weird tics. He'd go from passive-aggressive whispers to fake nice vibes in a heartbeat. Total oddball. Anyways, Dave clocked the goose photo and went nuclear. He made Idris rip it to shreds in front of everyone, muttering about rule breaking. Idris, just a 17-year-old kid, froze. He had no clue how to stand up for himself back then and just did it. He says he almost cried but held it together so he wouldn't look weak in front of the team. Blinchik's photo was toast, and Dave smirked like he just won something. Idris wasn't letting it slide. Dave, want me to obey? I'll maliciously comply with him. Next day, he rolled in with nothing. No pen, no notepad, no headset. When Dave asked what the deal was, Idris hit him with, "You said no personal items. I'm waiting for the company to hook me up." Dave lost it, but Idris doubled down. "It's your rule." The team jumped in. Half of them stopped bringing their stuff too, and the whole operation tanked. Customers were raging on the phones, calls were dropping, and Dave was scrambling to make everyone work normal. Eventually, he caved and mumbled, "Fine, bring what you need. Just keep it low-key." I just came back with a fresh Blinchik photo and slapped it on his desk. Dave didn't say squat. But it gets crazier. A couple weeks later, Dave tried to fire Idris for insubordination. Idris, now sharper, had recorded the whole no personal items freakout on his phone, legal where we're at, and sent it to HR with a rundown of Dave's hypocrisy. HR didn't axe Dave, but they gave him a slap on the wrist and he chilled out. Then the real bomb hit. Turns out Dave had been skimming cash from the petty cash box for years. Small grabs, but steady. Idris says he cooked up the rule obsession to keep everyone stressed and off his tail. He'd snag money from the drawer, supposedly for coffee, paper, office junk, and mark it as office needs. It added up to a hefty chunk, though no one's dropped the exact number. His weird mix of passive-aggressive jabs and over-the-top strictness kept newbies like Idris too spooked to dig deeper. That photo meltdown? Idris figures Dave was just flexing to throw everyone off his scent. Dave got busted when a senior coworker noticed the office expenses weren't lining up. They canned him, and later even filed charges. Idris says he's still stoked about how he accidentally took down a crook by playing Dave's own dumb game. Blinchik's still chilling in his yard with the rest of the geese, honking at everyone who steps too close. So Reddit, what's the call? Is Idris the king of payback? Top comment says, "Justice for Blinchik." Someone responds, "Peace was never an option." Second top comment says, "Idris did well here. As they say, what's good for the goose is good for the gander." Next story of the day, Malicious Compliance in response to Weaponized Incompetence. Okay, I'm new to the page. I want to hear all of your stories or moments of malicious compliance in marriage. Mine is when I asked my husband to move money from another shared bank account to our checking for bills. You guessed it, he didn't move the money. This was the third time that he forgot about it, and I was tired of asking. I watched our checking account go into the negatives with overdraft fees. I confronted him and he said that I didn't tell him which account, but we only have one main account for both of us to pay bills from. The account is connected to our debit cards. The next day he went for lunch at Applebee's. As he was checking out, he realized that he didn't have cash or money on his debit card. He called me at least 5 times asking me to transfer money, since I was near the bank that day. I did transfer the money, but not to the account with the debit card, because he didn't say which account. We haven't had any problems with him transferring money since. Edit to add. We share all of our bank accounts. I crunch the numbers and can't always be responsible for budgeting and going to the bank/doing transfers. Top comment says, "Had to get the guac, didn't he?" OP responds, "LOL, guac is fine. Just remember to pay our bills first so we don't lose our cars and house." Oh, this is a great story. The second top comment says, "My partner wouldn't move the clothes to the dryer. I separated the clothes, put them in a washer, started the washer, pulled clothes out of the dryer, and folded them, and put the clothes away. After a long time of me harping on him, he decided that we should do our own laundry. Cue malicious compliance. Someone rarely has clean underwear, and I still refuse to do his laundry even when it piles up and he complains about not having clean clothes. Someone responds, my husband used to insist he clean more than I did. Spoiler, he absolutely did not. So when I'd get on him, he'd throw out, how about you take care of yourself and I'll take care of me, when I told him for the 600th time to put his laundry in the hamper. So I did. I only cleaned my dishes, didn't touch his bathroom, and didn't touch his laundry. After 3 weeks, it turned into, if you're doing your stuff, why aren't you doing mine? Oh, that is so rude. After the explanation of how the situation came about, he started doing his own chores and even started helping with mine. He honestly didn't realize how much work him just existing is, because he's always had roommates to pick up the slack. And this person starts the story with, my husband used to. How can you marry someone like that? Oh my god. Third top comment says, good on you. Those kind of bullshit excuses drive me bonkers. Spouses need to live up to their responsibilities or get a dose of their own medicine. OP responds, drives me insane. Next story, on the receiving end by private individual. Thought I'd share a minor one I was a victim of. At the time I was working in the second-hand goods trade. When people bought items from us valued over a certain amount, the system would require us to take down the name and address of people, though it didn't have to be formal presentation of ID. Some people really didn't like it when we asked for their details, even if I told them that they could just make it up due to the informal nature of it. An older gentleman, who I'll call Bob, came in and wanted to buy a couple of coins. Individually, they were under the amount, but bought together, they exceeded it, so I asked for his details. What do you need my name for? Store policy. Transactions over a certain amount require me to take your name and address, as we're a second-hand dealer. What's the amount? Tells him. So I'll just buy them individually then. I wasn't about to try and argue about it, so I just proceeded with the individual transactions. A little annoying, yes, but he was technically correct. Next story. Okay, want me to follow company policy? I got you. I finally have my own malicious compliance story. I am a sales manager at a sales company with payment options for those who can't afford items at retail cash price at one setting. We have payment arrangements where if the card runs automatically, we can arrange smaller but more frequent payments in an effort to be more flexible, but since it's an automated computer system, we cannot make changes to it once it starts running due to it running the card 3 times at different times a day. If the card declines the first time, my accounts team will right away call the customer in case the customer forgot to unlock the card or deposit money. This is where the customer is angry she's contacted. The customer tells the associate she wants to talk to her manager, so she's transferred to the general manager because the accounts manager is off. But the general manager doesn't get to walk around the counter before the angry customer hangs up. So the GM leaves on her lunch break. 15 minutes later, I, the sales manager, answers the phone where angry customer is already losing it, and by chain of command I have to get it and no longer have another person to transfer her to in store. Conversation. AC. I'm trying to change my card on my profile, but it won't let me. I apologize, let me help you, because it does charge you in order to make changes, but if I do it, then it won't. I had fraud, so I had to get a new card. It's stupid it won't let me change it, and that girl who called earlier is trying to overcharge me. Okay, give me your account details. Okay, you have a due amount of $85, but I can take your arranged amount plus your late fee, making it $79. That's not my normal payment. My normal payment is $75. Yes, ma'am, but there's a late fee since your account was due on the 1st and your arrangement was due today, and it didn't go through. No, my due date was today. I'm sorry, ma'am, but all accounts are due on the 1st or 15th, but if you make an arrangement and the computer processes it, then it waives all the late fees. Otherwise, the manager, me, has to do it since the machine doesn't allow you to waive them when you have to make manual payments. Angry customer continues on the same tangent. Me, the coworker, angry customer on mute. Oh my god, I'm just going to waive her late fee and take her payment of $75 to shut her up. Angry customer, this is stupid, let me talk to GM. Ma'am, I could just help you. Going to just take the $75 and just interrupted. I want to talk to GM. Me trying to help her because GM will get rude and often causes me to lose customers. Okay, but she's going to tell you the same thing. If I help you, I interrupted again before I can get to the waiving fees. Just have GM call me, and hangs up. Me and coworkers start laughing because we know our GM, and she will not only take our side, but isn't afraid to put her in her place. Our GM has a severe case of RBF on good days. 15 minutes later, angry customer nearly drives through our glass windows on how fast she came in and slammed her door. Me joking to associate, who you piss off now? Not knowing it was me. I need a manager. That's me, how can I help you? I just spoke with the rudest person ever. She had really bad attitude and doesn't know how to treat customers. Me thinking the associate is going to need some help learning to talk to customers. Okay, who did you talk to? Karen. Me confused because we didn't have anyone by that name. I'm sorry, we don't have anyone working here by that name. No, I'm Karen. Karen McCarran. Me realizing she's the customer I dealt with. Who did I speak with because she was stupid and rude and I want her out now? That would be me. And you're the manager? Yes, ma'am, like I told you on the phone, due dates are on the 1st and 15th. Your payment arrangement is not a due date. It's your arranged date of payment. If you honor it, there isn't any late fees. No, my due date is today. I don't get any late fees. Taking out wallet. Sorry, but the computer just does what it's told and the arrangement was on that card. Fine, but I'm talking to your boss. Throws 420s at me for the arranged amount plus late fee. Sorry, but that's only if your card goes through and the arrangement called for. Your normal amount is $80 plus late fees, so it's $85. Since you talked to my boss, I have to go by the book, so I can't take off late fees or go with arrangements. Angry customer getting louder. Is there a corporate number I can call? You don't know how to do your job, nor how to treat a customer. I've been here many years, and never have I ever been talked to like this. Throws the rest and ones at me. Coworker and associate are all confused as they witness the whole thing, including phone call, knowing I never raised my voice or was impolite to her. Yes, ma'am, you see that number in the frame above the office? That is the number. Don't be snotty with me. What's your name? Me over it by this point. Here, let me write it down for you. Takes out tiny ADHD notebook and tears out a piece. Writes first and last name with job title and hands it to her. Which one? Referring to the number. Coworker tired of the BS and her yelling grabs the frame off the wall. He's 6'2" and puts it in her face. Angry customer then takes a picture of it and continues the rant. You will be hearing from them. Me unbothered. Okay, thank you. You should dress better and try some makeup. You look ragged and ghetto. Look at that associate. She looks more like a manager than you do. Probably could do your job better. Stupid ass bitch. Just waiting for me to catch you outside. Catch me outside. Me in my uniform with natural hair and great skin answers. Okay, thank you. My coworkers, aka delivery guys, and associate were very confused on what just happened, and coworker who put the frame in her face said, "Didn't you say you were going to waive her fees?" Yeah, but she didn't let me get far enough to help her. Top comment says, incidents like this are why I hated my first and only retail job. You just can't help some people no matter how hard you try. Second top comment, the catch you outside comment should be an immediate trespass and the end of the customer's relationship with the business. Next top comment says, some people are just stupid as fuck. Next top comment says, so her name's Karen McCarran? Got it. I hope the corporate number was 1-800-WHO cares. Next top comment. To be fair, that's a really shitty system, and even worse to try to explain to a customer. It's just setting the frontline workers up for failure. So true. That is all the stories I have for today. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, and live long and prosper.